So hey guys, this is TeamOverclocked bringing you guys the $600 gaming PC build for the months of August and September 2016. Now this build features an RX 470, the Red Devil version to be specific, so you know it's going to be doing really good in games. It's going to be able to play all games at 1080p max settings at around 60 FPS, which is a great spot to be at, since that is probably the sweet spot for PC gaming. And since this comes in at only $600, you're not going to be breaking the bank, but you're still going to be getting amazing performance for the price. So let's get started with the build. For the CPU, I got the Intel Core i5-6400 for $180. This is a quad-core chip, which is really important these days since a lot of games utilize all of those cores. This is really the main reason that i5s are so popular for gaming PCs, because they're so good for gaming in terms of the fact that they have 4 strong cores and they're relatively power efficient. It's also clocked at 2.7 GHz and turbo up to 3.2 GHz, which is average and respectable, and for a gaming PC, this is not bad at all. It's also based on Skylake, Intel's newest architecture, so you know you're getting the latest and greatest from Intel. For the motherboard, I got the Gigabyte GA H110M-A for $54. This is a micro ATX motherboard with 2 RAM slots, 4 SATA 6GB per second ports, and USB 3.0 headers, which are all great features to have at such a cheap board. Since this is a cheap board, you can't expect high-end features like RAID support and Crossfire support, but you're still going to be getting a great, decent board, and it's going to do everything you need to do for a gaming PC. It also uses the H110 chipset from Intel, so it does not support overclocking, but it's still good enough for gaming. For the RAM, I got the G.Skill Aegis 8GB set for $34. This is a 1x8GB set clocked at 2400 MHz. Now this is going to be good enough for gaming since most games don't even use 8GB, even the ones like Star Wars Battlefront that recommend 16GB. And for video editing, this should be just enough to get started, and at this budget you shouldn't be doing any extreme video editing anyways. For the hard drive, I got the 1TB Seagate Barracuda for $46. This spins at 7200 RPM, which is pretty much the standard for all mainstream hard drives these days. This will serve as a mass storage for your OS, games, and media files, and 1TB should be just enough for all those needs. For the graphics card, I got the PowerColor Red Devil RX 470 for $200. This is clocked at 926 MHz, has 4 GB of GDDR5 VRAM, and has a TDP of 120 watts. This is great for 1080p gaming at max settings, which is achievable in basically all games, and you can also play 1440p on this, but I would recommend going for the RX 480 if that's what you're going to be mainly using this card for. For the case, I got the Corsair 100R for $50. Now this case has lots of driving mounts, front panel USB 3.0, and the side panel window. It also looks extremely sleek with its brushed aluminum finish, so this can be looking great wherever you put it. It also has pretty decent cable routing holes behind the motherboard and around the case, so you can't really go wrong with this. For the power supply, I chose the EVGA 500B ATX power supply for $30. Now I really like EVGA power supplies because they're really high quality, reliable, and I personally have never had any problems with them. This specific model is 80+ bronze certified, meaning that 85% of the power is going to be going to your power supply at all times. And EVGA has a really good reputation with power supplies because they're known for having good capacitors. So that's all for today. If you liked the video, please overclock the like button. If you're new, please subscribe because we're almost at 300 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one.